What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. So in the last episode, we had our epic silage harvest. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's funny, that video ended up being just about 2 hours long before I edited it, before I added the time lapse and everything. And because of that, it took forever to render. It's actually currently uploading as I record this one. It should be up in the next 5 or 6 minutes. So I apologize for the delay on that one. This one will hopefully go up on time. Probably won't be quite so much of an epic. We ended up with a lot of silage, which is good. Our mixing station is out of hay. So I went up and I cut a field, a meadow, over by the shop, sort of. Not the great big one up on the hill that you may have seen the Scottish Gaming guy cut. I didn't need that much. So I cut a smaller one sort of directly behind the shop. I mowed it already. We got to go ted it, and then we've got to rent a baler and bale it up. Now I know I don't have to bale it. I could just use the Euroboss and pick it up and bring it over to the mix station that way. But as I'm saying it, I'm thinking that may not be a bad idea, actually, instead of renting a baler. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out once I am done tedding it. I mean, not tedding it, but windrowing it. I'm not going to ted it. There's no real point in it. So, okay. Icy's off. All right, and we'll just go ahead and grab our windrower here and go over and start windrowing. Okay, make sure we turn our beacon on and off to the field. Now, hopefully, I can find it again. Like I said in the last episode, I'm really good now on sort of this half of the map over here. The top of the map I'm still not 100% on. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on it, so still working on it. Getting used to it. So there we go. Speed up a little bit here so we get there in a reasonable time. This meadow is kind of divided in half, sort of. There's a little bit of a wide part in the beginning, and then a little narrow bit, and then a little kind of a bigger, wider bit on the other side. I did one half of it, just because, like I said, I didn't need all of the grass. So let's see now. Do I need to keep going straight? I think I do. I think I need to go straight and then around, actually. Only been up here once, so you'll have to forgive me. You know me and my sense of direction and all of that. Not fantastic, so I tend to get lost really easy. Whoops. It would help if I got on the right side of the road too, I think. So here we are in episode 12. Still doing this kind of stuff. Mowing and making silage and all that. Again, very animal intensive. It's going to be like that on this map because that's just what this map is geared towards. I think with this many animals on it, I think it's really geared towards. I'm going the wrong way. Of course I am. Oh, I think I'm going the wrong way. I may not be. I don't know. I'll have to try to remember here. No. Nope, I'm going the right way. I actually remember this now. So, okay. Yeah, this map is really geared towards animal production, I believe. At least that's the way I see it. So, like I said in the last episode, there's going to be a lot of mowing, there's going to be a lot of silage, a lot of baling, things like that. So, I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to bale this field or whether I just want to pick it up with the Euro hit. I'm not really sure yet. So, now I just went all the way around. I could have just went straight up here, I guess, but okay. That's fine. Always taking the scenic route. Nope. This is the entrance I want right here. So let's back up a little bit and we'll pull into here. You'll see what I mean about this meadow here. You can see right here there's a little bit to mow, and then it kind of gets narrow between the hedge and the rocks, and then it widens out again down the bottom. So I decided to mow down here to start with. So, and then at some point I'll probably come back up and mow the rest. I just didn't need to mow the rest just yet. So, all right, let's get this set up and give you a chance to grab a sip of coffee as soon as I find my coffee cup. There it is. I want to send out a big shout out while I'm thinking about it to a guy named Jay Tazzy. I just happened to catch one of his videos. You know, I do watch a lot of YouTube video, not quite as much as I used to. I used to watch a lot more. I'm kind of busy now, you know, with making videos all the time, trying to get a video out every day. So it makes it tough for me to watch as much video as I'd like. But I did happen to spend a couple hours last night watching some video, and one of the videos I watched was from him. Like I said, a guy named Jay Tazzy. Gave me a very nice shout out. Said that I had inspired him to make videos, which I got to admit kind of blows my mind. You know, I would never think that I would inspire anybody to do anything. My pokey kind of little channel here, you know, with my, you know, less than maybe professional videos and all that. But it, you know, it really means a lot to me, and that's awesome. And it warmed my heart to read that and to hear, you know, to hear it on the video. And I just want to send a shout out to him. He's on my featured channels list. Make sure you check him out. He's got that silky smooth YouTube voice that is so popular. He makes good videos. I think you guys will enjoy his channel. Make sure you go check it out, and you know, give him a like and on his videos and a sub, and you know, let him know the Bipolar Prophet sent you. So, you know, and I want to wish him all the best. So, all right. Now I'm gonna try not to make a massive mess of this. I am not a very good windrower, and it's funny because I do a little bit of this in real life, not a whole bunch. We don't really need to windrow a whole bunch on the fields that we work, just because they're so small. But I do a little bit, so you'd think I would be, you know, better at this. I also don't use a windrower that's quite this big either. So we have a little one fan, one rotary job. So I don't really see the. Oops, didn't need the lights though. And the lag that comes with, tree, the lag that comes with the lights. The lights are still on, actually. Nope, stop, back up. Too many things going on at once there. Too many buttons to push all at the same time. No. Oh, I made a mess out of that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Making a mess. I'll just go down the other end of the field and turn around. Sometimes those lights are still on. You know, the trees, right? You know, what are you going to do? They're in the field, they're there, that is what it is. So, I might make this a kind of a shorter episode. I've done a couple of fairly epic episodes, the last couple ones, the hour-long one, and then, you know, yesterday's, or episode 12, you know, for you guys who are going to be watching it today. Yeah, I'm going to drive through the hedge. You know, was, you know, 2 hours long before I edited it, added the time lapse and everything. Got it down to about 47 minutes, and that's still a fairly long episode. So I think I'm gonna kind of make this one maybe shorter, just, you know, so that I can have a little bit of a break. You know, it's a process, as I've said, you know, repeatedly, to make videos. You guys probably know that if you make videos, you know. So plus, you know, there's really not all that much to do. I want to do this, obviously. I don't know how much this is even going to make. I don't know if it's going to make enough to even sort of be worth it. You know, 50,000 liters fills up the. I keep dragging a windrower on that tree. 50,000 liters fills up the mix station. So hopefully we'll get somewhere near there. Probably not on this field, but we'll try. You know, we'll see how much we get. So I just decided to cut this one because I haven't cut it yet. So I've cut, you know, a couple other ones. So, plus this one was really kind of ideal for Courseplay. It sort of looks like it wouldn't be, but it really was. Courseplay didn't have any trouble mowing it. I wanted to really try to get Courseplay involved in this process. So, because my original thought was that I would have Courseplay mowing, and then I would come down with the tedder, with the windrower, and windrow it. And then I ended up having to do something, you know, in the real world, so I didn't get a chance to kind of do both things at once. So okay. So I decided, well, you know, we didn't record the mowing, we'll record the windrowing. So every time I say I don't want to make a mess out of something, I end up making a mess out of it. This won't take very long. I mean, obviously, you know, it is still a good cart down from here down to the mix station, you know. And you'd think I would pick a meadow that was closer to the mix station, but I don't know. I just like the shape of this one. I like the location of it. I thought it was neat, so I decided, you know, this will be the place that we mow this time. They're all going to need to be mowed anyway, We're going to need, we're going to need as much grass and as much silage and that stuff as we can get. So it's not like I'm not going to have to come up here and mow this anyway, so why not do it now? I was sort of thinking about going up and mowing the big one, but that's a big meadow, and it would take a very long time. And I didn't really have that much time. Again, we will get up there and mow it because it will need to be mowed, so I'll probably mow the other half of this one at some point as well, because, this hay isn't going to last very long, so. That was one thing I was going to drive over the rocks here. That was one thing I was kind of thinking about when I was mowing, that, it would be, I think the animals don't eat enough. I think it would be neat if there was some way to adjust how fast they went through their stuff. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to want to do, make mixed rations and mow grass and do all the things you have to do with that all the time. You know what I mean? And I understand that. But it would be neat if there was a way to sort of increase the amount of materials that they went through on a daily basis, so that you would have to feed them, at least once a day, probably more like twice a day. That would be cool. I know I would enjoy that, and maybe there's a modder out there who's maybe working on that, or maybe, or somebody who knows something about, scripting or whatever, or the inner workings of the game, who can kind of figure that out. That would be really cool, I think. So, okay, now let's see if I can clean up my mess over here. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do with this, whether we're going to bale it or whether we're going to pick it up with the Euroboss. I mean, I guess, for expediency, picking it up with the Euroboss would be the best way to do it. I don't know, I just really like baling. And I know it doesn't have to be baled. I understand, but, well, okay. So that's done. Now we can run back to the farm, drop this off, and probably pick up the Euroboss, I guess. So pick up the speed a little bit. This meadow's a little bumpy, as I discovered when I came in here the first time. That little bit right there that you saw is Courseplay just making a weird turn. It decided that the waypoint needed to go over there, so that's where it went. The other thing too is with these meadows, with the multi-mowing mod installed, it makes a difference if you spread slurry on these. I don't know if it's just slurry. I would imagine fertilizer as well. If you wanted to spread solid fertilizer on your grass, I'm sure that would probably help too. But it makes a difference in the yield. So, that's something to think about. I'm gonna slurry these fields, at some point, as soon as I have some slurry and I have enough to be able to use. So, all right. Now, instead of going all the way around, let's just go straight across. Since the farm is right there. So, I swear sometimes I look at stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, the farm is right there. Oh, I'm going to go in this way. I sold a couple of things. I sold the front mower. I don't know if you guys remember that. I had a front mower to go along with the SIPA rear mower that I had. This tractor really doesn't have the power to run both of them. So there was no point in having it. So I got rid of it. What else did I sell? I believe I sold a Brantner in a previous episode because I don't really need that anymore either. So yeah, so just trying to pare down the amount of stuff we have, cut down on the daily maintenance that you have to pay for stuff that we're not using. It doesn't make any sense to keep it if you're not using it, so it all kind of went away. So now, what do we do? Do we bail or do we pick it up with the Euroboss? I guess just to save the kind of nonsense about having to rent the baler and the auto stacker, we can just we'll just pick it up with the Euroboss, I guess. I think that makes sense. Financially, anyway. Not that we're struggling, we've got plenty of money, $196,000. The bank is going to want some money. In fact, let's let me take care of that real quick, because as I said, the bank is going to want some money. So let me give them. Let's see. Let me give them. Try to get this down. 50. Yeah, there we go. Now we get the loan down to $50,000. So that's better. Well, give the bank $100,000. I'm sure they were thrilled with that. We just show up and say, here you go, here's $100,000. So backing this thing up too, just because of the way the wheels are, the way the wheels are spaced, and that they're turning wheels and all. No. And if you already struggle backing up like I do, then this thing is not ideal. It just about fits in this barn too, in this shed. Okay, you know what? I didn't want it in front of the mulcher, but you know what? That's where it's going to go. Just don't have to mess with it for, ever. All right, you can go. Now we'll go grab the Euro hit, the Euro boss. Why do I keep wanting to call it the Euro hit? It's not the Euro hit. And pick up some of this grass. Or not pick up some of it, but pick up all of it. And there we go. Okay. Now, back over. Whoops. Oops. Easy. Jesus. I mean, wow. Who taught you how to drive? Now back around to the field. One thing I've noticed about this tractor is it's very fuel efficient. It hasn't used a whole lot of fuel so far. And I've used it quite a bit. Obviously, all that carting, all that running back and forth, is going to use some fuel. So I did it again. I went the wrong way. Ugh. I must like to drive around in circles, I guess. Oh, well, okay. Apparently I do. You wonder how I ever get anywhere in real life. How I don't just get completely lost, trying to find my way around, the places I need to go. Luckily, the places I go are all kind of at the same in the same place. You know what I mean? I don't go a lot of new places, so I don't have to worry about getting lost because obviously my sense of direction is horrible. So only in video games, though. I think obviously. I managed to, and I've told you guys this story. If you watch any of my train simulator videos, you've heard this story. I managed to find my way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, all the way up to Connecticut on foot. So I'm not completely, navigationally challenged. Only in video games, though. Not quite sure why that is. I guess I'm just trying to put as many miles on these tractors as I can. So, you can see there it's 4:30 in game. It's about 2:30 and 25 past 2 in the real world. So it's been a fairly long day here on Old Ridge Farm. Got a lot of stuff accomplished, I think. So. All right, I'll come down here and start picking up some grass. And we can definitely slow down, though. That would be a good thing. About 10, I think, would be decent. Turn that on, and off we go, picking up grass. Just gonna scroll out here a little bit so I can see the whole row. I suppose I could do this in cab. But grass windrows never really come out perfectly straight, so. They're not like straw windrows where you can sort of jump on them and stay as long as you keep the windrow in the middle of the tractor. You're good. So these never quite work out that way. So and through the hedge again. These poor hedges. I am not nice on these hedges. Still trying to decide what I want to do with field 10. I guess I could probably cultivate it, at the very least, and then sort of decide what's going to happen with it after that. the one thing I was thinking about is that we're going to need, root crop. We have quite a bit of sugar beet and potato left, but we're going to need it at some point. For the pigs and for the beef cattle, and eventually for the lambs that we're going to buy. So I'm not sure, And then of course that's a big expense. Whether we rent it or buy it. Renting a planter and then renting a harvester and obviously I don't see myself getting the big Grimmy. Probably end up with the smaller one, the Rootster. The trailed harvester. With a topper on the front of it. So that's kind of how I see that going. So that there's some expense there. And I know that the OEB planter that I have will plant sugar beets, but that's not really how it's done in real life. So, okay, and we're full. So, well, that's good, 21,000. So we should make enough to actually fill this up, which would be good, to fill up the mix station, which will be nice. This may be a little fast across this meadow, but that's okay. The old IH here will do just fine. So. Yeah, down all the way down the other side of the map. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to cut it this time. We'll just go for the ride. We'll just go, whoop, after we almost crashed into the shop little retaining wall there. Might as well just go for the ride, I guess. Why not? It's a nice day. It's sort of, mid-afternoon. Day's kind of coming to an end. Coffee. Probably going to turn this field into. One reason why I'm sort of so about getting these fields, these alfalfa fields handled is, it'll cut down on the lag. That's that's one kind of big thing about it. It'll sort of settle that all out. So. And then if I plant it again, well, then we'll just deal with the lag, but. Okay. One thing I do know how to do is get to the mix station from this area of the map. So. Easy. I guess I could have probably got Courseplay to do this too, but you know what I've discovered? Courseplay has kind of an issue coming up this road because of these cars parked along the side of it. It'll get up to, I think it gets up to this one, either this one or the truck, and it just stops and it says it's in traffic because obviously, there's a bounding box that Courseplay uses to determine where it is, or where the tractor is, and what's around it. So, and it gets up to there and it just says it's in traffic, and because those are static objects, they don't move. Courseplay says, okay, well, those aren't moving, I can't move, so I'm just going to stop here. So that's a little bit of a problem. I suppose I could always jump in a G and delete that one car or move it over further on the sidewalk or park it somewhere else, I guess. Those are all things I could do. But I don't know. That's messing with the map to make it easier for me, and I don't think that's really... and that's a personal choice. That's personal taste. Everybody has their own sort of ideas about that, It's not really what I like to do. My one thing about that, though, is that when everything starts to kind of happen at once on this map, I think, then we're really going to have to get Courseplay as involved as possible. And then it may be a thing. I may end up having to do it. And legitimately, it's only one car, right? So... it's not like I'm changing the entire map, flattening it out, deleting all the trees and the hedges and everything. So, once again, the long drive down to the mix station. Don't know why I needed to sing that, but I did. So, I may buy this alfalfa field over here at some point, and once we get this silage, once this silage over here comes up, ferments and all that. I'll put it in the feed storage over here, and then we can fill it up again with this alfalfa. So that way we'll have plenty of silage. Where am I going? This is not where I want it to be. See that? Did you see what I just did? It's such it's so ingrained now because I came in here so many times before that I turned in here without even really thinking about it. This is not where I want to be. I want to go to the mix station. Wow. Oh, that's what happens when you make probably 70 trips down here. Oh. Nope, mix station. The next one. Still trying to decide what I want to do with the greenhouses and the stop. You know what? We can go on this one. With the greenhouses in the orchard, you know, whether I'm going to put them down there, whether it's going to be a problem for the bees or not, I haven't really decided. And I'll let you in on a little secret about that. The reason why I've even come up with that little sort of bee story, well, A, because bees are obviously very important to an orchard, you know, vital to an orchard. Absolutely have to have them. And B is because once I got done cutting it, I looked at it and I said, I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know if I like that whole area for an orchard and greenhouses. So I had to come up with a kind of a way to, you know, an exit strategy to get out of me wanting to put them there if I decided that that's not where I wanted them. So, but the bee thing is real. You know, I know where I worked on the orchard was pretty close to a fairly major road. And occasionally the bees would not get to the trees that were closest to the road because they would get freaked out by the traffic. So, all right, let's see. Hay goes in the middle one, I believe. Yep. Oh, after we crash into the fence. Oh God, I could not be any more shit at backing up. I don't understand it. I don't. And crashed in the fence again. And of course, every time I crash in the fence, it kicks this thing back, you know, the opposite way, the way I want it to go. If I crash in this fence again, I want every single person who watches this video to just type #idiot in the comments. Oh. #BP does not know how to effing back up. Well, for guys like Deuce Wags and Martin Garner and all that, you know, there you go. There's a little entertainment, I guess, for you. So. This thing does not unload very fast. That's one thing about it. But, you know, okay. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Now, let's come out of here now and make the drive back to the field. I have a feeling that's what this series is going to be a lot of, just back and forth. You know, driving from one end of the map to the other. So, you know, if you like watching tractors drive, then this is definitely your series. So, if you don't, well, I apologize, but that's kind of what this is going to be. So. You know what I will do, though? Now that we've been down here once, I think I'll cut the video. I won't make you sit through both sides of the drive, I guess. I'll just cut the video and meet you back up there at the meadow. See you in a minute. Okay, and here we are back at the field, back at the meadow. So, one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Yesterday, during that whole massive silage project, I took a break for a couple hours in between, and I tried to hook up my steering wheel. A lot of guys have been asking me to hook up my steering wheel, and I've been wanting to. Now, some of you probably know this. I have an older steering wheel. I have the Logitech Momo force feedback wheel, which is basically a G25. You know, it's a really good wheel, and it's been really good to me over the years, as much as I've abused it, and you know, and beaten it up and everything else. And I've never had a problem with it working with a game. Not any game I've ever used it on. It's always worked. You know, driving games, obviously. Works perfect on Euro Truck. Worked perfect in Farming Simulator 2013. For some reason, I could not get the pedals to work with Farming Simulator 2015. And I went, you know, and I made sure everything was calibrated, which it always is anyway, you know. I ran it, I ran the Logitech profiler, and mapped everything and set everything up and all that. Made sure I was on combined pedals because I obviously know this game only has one axis for pedals. You know, went in, cleared out all the the key bindings in the XML. That had to do with the steering wheel and gamepad settings, and nothing worked. I could not get the pedals to work. Steering worked fine. I could even map the buttons to, it's got six buttons on the steering wheel, the two paddle shifters, which is 8 and 9, and then or 7 and 8, I should say, and then the shifter, the linear shifter, which would be 9 and 10, I guess, or 10 and 11. So, and I could map all of that stuff to things. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. The pedals wouldn't work. Couldn't get the tractor to move. So. I tried a whole bunch of stuff. I even went to Logitech's website. I went to FSUK, checked out their stuff. Went to Farming Simulator's main website, looked at their stuff, and I just I couldn't get an answer. So and then as a last resort, I deleted everything in my vehicle, not my vehicle, my input bindings XML, and let that rebuild itself when I reloaded the game, and that didn't even work. So I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with my pedals and this game. It just doesn't like them apparently. So again, steering wheel works fine, just no pedals. So not sure what I'm going to do about that, guys. So for in the meantime, I guess I'm stuck driving the keyboard with this game for a little while. I have been considering getting a gamepad. Maybe an Xbox One probably gamepad. Just for the fact that then I can have I can drive and I'll have some loader control, because what I was really kind of wanting to do was get the steering wheel set up and then go and get a joystick for loader work. That was kind of the plan. Unfortunately, without pedals, it's not it's not ideal. Now I know I could probably map the joystick to operate as like a real like a tractor with a real joystick, where you would push it forward, you go forward, you pull it back, you go backwards, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm a pedal guy, I guess, but ultimately I think I can get a decent joystick cheaper, and use the steering wheel I have, which I really like. There's a reason why I haven't bought a new one. One, I don't really have the money, but two is I really like this one. Me and this wheel have spent hours and hours and hours together, so we spent a long time together, so I don't need a new one. This one works fine. So, but anyway, that's my rant about that. So that's kind of where I'm at with the steering wheel. And I apologize to you guys. Everybody who's really wanted me to use the steering wheel in this game. I would love to use it too, especially in the Alps with me and the Scottish gaming guy, because those roads are so crazy to drive on. But unfortunately, without pedals and without an alternate way of of providing an axis for the tractor to move forward and backwards, aside from reaching over and pressing the W or the S buttons, which is not great, right? That's not ideal. Nobody wants to do that. So until I figure it out, no steering wheel. So just thought I'd give you an update about that as well. So all right, well, amazingly enough, we ended up with 2 complete loads off of that field. That's awesome. I didn't really expect it to be that much. This will just about fill that thing up, so that's really good. That's going to be great. So good. That field was just the right size to do what we needed it to do. So I think after I get this dumped, I may call this an episode, just because like I said, the last couple episodes have been very long. And I think maybe a short one wouldn't be awful. This was again sort of just a kind of a maintenance-y episode, I guess. Had to mow some grass, make some hay, fill up the mix station. It's still the same day. So the cows haven't, probably gone through a whole bunch of stuff or anything. I will check them again to make sure. And if they need anything, I'll check the mix station too, see if that needs anything. And that should be about that. Probably cultivate this field, I guess. Trying to figure out what the next episode's going to be. The next episode, I think I want to start putting the fruit trees and stuff in. And I'm going to have to give a real hard think about whether or not I want to do it where I cleared out or not. I kind of do, and I kind of don't. So I'm not really sure. I'll give that a good hard think, and then we'll, we'll determine if that's going to happen or not. I just think it'd be cool to get them in and get them going. So, I mean, why not? One more thing, right? So, all our fields are planted. When the harvest time comes around, we'll obviously, do all the harvest. We'll pick up all the straw, bale it all up, and get that all distributed and everything. So, I don't know which version of the fast forward mod I have in, whether I have the new one or the old one. I'll have to check, because I don't want to fast forward if I have the older version in and then screw up my animals. I have to remember that now. I have animals. I don't want to screw them up, because with the older version of fast forward, according to David Oldfield, I guess it sort of just stalls your animals. They just pause and then never start again. So I definitely don't want that after all the work I went through to get them and get them ready and everything. So. I am going to be starting another series. I may actually do that today. Once I'm done with this recording, I may actually start the next series. Just so there's more than one map going on in the channel. I know I love playing on this map, and I can play on it every day. I do play on it every day. But I think it's fun to have more than one going at once. So I've got another one, sort of a completely different kind of feel to the map than this. But I think it will be fun. I know I'm looking forward to it. So. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that too, and you'll be seeing that in a couple of days, 3 days probably, and then we'll have two sort of concurrent farming simulator Let's Plays going on the channel. There's going to be some more Space Engineers coming as soon as I figure out what it is I'm trying to do with that. There'll probably be some train simulator coming as well. Kind of miss playing that game, so I'm going to start playing that again. Some more varied stuff. I know that Farming Simulator is, always kind of the priority on this channel. Because I love playing Farming Simulator. You guys enjoy watching it, obviously, but I do play other games, and I figure, well, if I'm going to play them, I might as well record them. So, and I want to kind of, try to put a variety of stuff on the channel for you guys. So, and a couple other games I've had for quite a while too that I really wouldn't mind starting to play. I just forget about them. I've had them for. Is this going to make the turn? I know the John Deere would make the turn here. Is this going to make it? Nope. Could you possibly give me... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just forget about him. I'm like, oh, I've been wanting to play that game. I'll see it in the Steam library or whatever and be like, oh, yeah, I was going to play that. So you might see some random stuff there. Construction Simulator, I don't know. Probably, I guess... I can't say I don't like the game. I can't, because I do. It is fun. The digging and that part of the game is really fun. It's just the driving is so awful. So I'm in the wrong one. The driving is so bad that that annoys me. So, but okay. Is this full? This thing can't be full. It was empty. That's not That can't be. What's going on here? Oh, it's only 47% full. Why won't it take it? Why won't it take it? Grass is not accepted here. Settle down. I'm in the right spot. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. Wow. It's not full. I wonder why I won't take it. Because you're an idiot and you're in the wrong spot. There we go. Let's try that way. There we go. Very good. Oh, almost went a whole episode without coughing. Yep. Glad I got that out of the way. So there you go, guys. Again, I know this was a short episode. Basically, windrowing a field and hauling the grass back to the mix station. But, something that needed to be done. I'm going to intersperse short episodes in every so often, especially if there's not a lot to do. I don't want to just drag an episode out, of me just rambling on about nothing, just to make a longer episode. I'd rather just do an episode of me doing something and then be done with it. So, excuse me, guys. Now I coughed. I'm all snuffly. Okay, so we only got a little bit of mixed rations in there. Not worth taking it out yet. Silage is good, hay is good, and straw is almost full. Very, very good. Okay, so that's all set. Now, let's have a look at the animals just one more time, even though I know they're going to be okay. We got a lot of wood chips. Not really worth too much, though. A little sugar beet and a little potato. Hopefully that'll last a little while. Let's see. Animals. Cows. Yep, they're still good. Plenty of water. Plenty of straw. Oh, okay. Let's see. Earth fruits, they're doing okay. Plenty of mixed rations. Water's pretty good. They're okay. They still need grain, obviously, which we will get at the next harvest. The pigs are looking okay. Straw, yep, plenty of straw. Plenty of mixed rations. Earth fruits are good. Water's good. Okay, very good. So there you go, guys. Again, short one this time, but that's okay. Once in a while, a short video is not a bad idea, I think. I'm not going to make a habit of it. You guys know, I'm not the 12-minute long video guy. I tend to make them, 30, 40 minutes. That's kind of where I try to keep them. I want to thank every single one of you once again for all the comments, all the tips, all the suggestions, for the continual support, for the just general love you guys show the channel. You guys are all awesome. Like I always say, I don't consider you guys fans or followers or subscribers. I consider you guys friends who watch, my YouTube videos. That means a ton to me. Thank you so much. Once again, make sure you go check out Jay Tazzy's channel. His link is in my featured channels list. And make sure you check out all those guys. If you haven't, anything on my featured channels list is definitely worth checking out. If you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give the videos a like. It means a lot to us people who make YouTube videos. When we get likes on our videos, it really it kind of validates what we do. So anyway, without making this video half an hour long about me rambling on about nothing again, thanks guys so much. You guys all rock. You guys are just the best. Thanks for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.